Oh God, oh no, disaster has struck. For $30? No thank you. For $12.99 at TJ Maxx? Absolutely. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. I don't have any makeup to zoom you in on yet because you already saw the title. You know it's gonna be a get ready with me, but let me zoom you in on my earrings. I think I've worn these ones on my channel before, but I freaking love these. These are my rock candy earrings from Shop Kike, and I just can't get over the detail on these. Shop Kike does such a good job of picking acrylic that really mimics the texture of whatever like the object is that they're making an earring out of. And this one really looks like rock candy. Look, it even has the little grooves and everything that's sparkly, and ugh, it's just so cool. I love Shop Kike so much. I just ordered a new pair of earrings from them. I ordered these little disco flowers. I'm thrilled. The look potential that I'm gonna wear with these, it's unbelievable. They are one of my favorite earrings brands for a reason. They're just so good. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to find out what cool funky earrings I'm wearing today, or maybe you did because I know you guys love funky earrings too. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in a little chatty get ready with me, doing a little catch up. You know, I like to do these once a month to catch you up on how I'm feeling, you know, makeup wise, what makeup I'm loving lately, trying some new makeup maybe, and also chatting about my personal life a little bit, telling you about the ups and downs. Not gonna lie to you guys, there's been a lot of downs over the last month, but that's okay because the ups have been so good, and que sera, such is life, you know, c'est la vie, all of those phrases that people say when they're trying to hold it together. But no, seriously, there's a lot of good stuff going on too. So yeah, I'll tell you about some of it, tell you about how I'm feeling about my channel right now. You know, I feel like every 2 months I have to have an existential crisis about my channel, and we're coming up on that right now. So I'll tell you about all that good stuff. I don't want to spoil anything in the intro. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to get ready with me, go grab your makeup. Or if you already did your makeup, go grab a snack, go grab a glass of water. At least you gotta stay hydrated out there. It's a hot one. And keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the eye makeup. What I want to do today is use some of my Half Magic Beauty Chromaddiction eye paints. So I want to mix these two shades. I'm in my mixology era right now. I know I'm in like 40 different eras. I'm also in my iridescent era. I'm also in my duochrome era. It doesn't matter. I can be in many eras at once. But I'm also very much in a mixology mood lately, and I really like mixing together my eye paints. I've been doing it with the About Face eye paints before. I've mixed together some of my Half Magic Beauty paints before. All of this is irrelevant. I'm gonna mix the shade Sky Juice, which is like a gorgeous matte sky blue, with one of these shimmer Chromaddiction eye paints in the shade Main Character. It's like a shimmery pink. I mixed them on my hand earlier, and dang it, if it doesn't make the coolest color ever, I can't wait for you to see it. So we're gonna mix those on the back of my hand, and I wanna just apologize in advance if you can hear any coughing or anything going on in the background. Unfortunately, my boyfriend has you know what right now. I don't like to say it on YouTube because YouTube does not like when you say the name of the thing. You know the thing I'm talking about, the thing that everybody's gotten that we haven't gotten up until now, and I still haven't gotten, luckily. I'm knocking on wood. I'm being very careful, but yeah, he's home for the week, and he's not feeling too hot, so he's out there coughing in the other room. So if you hear anything, just, you know, that's okay. That's what that is. Oh, I'm so excited to mix these together. I can't wait for you to see the color. It's so pretty. Look at them. Oh, so cool. I also thought that like I said, I mixed this on my hand earlier, and I assumed that it was gonna get like super shimmery because that pink shade is very shimmery, but honestly it kind of just takes the matte from like a matte to a satin, which is fine, you know, because I'm gonna add a shimmer on top of it later. I have one of my Glisten Cosmetics Chrome Flakes that we're gonna put over it later. There we go. Look at what a pretty shade of purple. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Like a nice cool tone, but you can see it's got a sheen. It's not super glittery, but it definitely has a sheen. So now let's zoom in so you can really see me slapping this on my eyes. The brush I'm using, by the way, is a Glisten F2 brush. I really like this for mixing together my eye paints and for working on the eyes. It's just, you know, nice and square, still get sharp lines. I gotta work quickly before this dries out. So I'm just gonna take this all over the lid. I didn't put any primer or anything on my eyes, by the way. I find that you don't really need them with eye paints, brand to brand too. Like with the Half Magic Beauty ones, I've noticed I don't really need a primer, and same with the About Face ones. I think that's the nice thing about eye paints is they dry down on their own. And I don't find that the About Face eye paints or the Half Magic Beauty eye paints crease, so that has been great. I've been wearing these a lot during the summer. You know, during the hot weather months, I have oily eyelids all year round, but in the summer, It's like they just can't stop with the sweat and the crease of my lids, so everything tends to crease, except for these liquid eyeshadows, so that's been great. Now I'm gonna use the side of the brush to create my little graphic shape here. I really like that shape, you know, it's kind of thick, not as long as I initially intended to go, but I like it because you can see a lot of the color, like even when my hoods pop out, even when I look straight ahead, you can still see some of that color on the side, so I love that, and I still got plenty of real estate for those chrome flakes, so yes, this is going well so far. Okay, sorry I didn't talk through that too much because I was so focused on getting my perfect shape. You know, I will say one thing about these eye paints is they do dry down pretty quick. I feel like the Half Magic eye paints dry down a smidge quicker than the About Face ones. I feel like the About Face ones are a little bit more liquidy, whereas the Half Magic eye paints are a little more moussey, but I still love them, and honestly, when I'm not trying to do two things at once, it's usually I have enough work time. But anyway, now let's put some sparkle on my eyes. Like I said, I'm gonna use the Glisten Cosmetics Chroma Flakes. I've only gotten a chance to use these once, and I have not used this shade yet. This is the shade Snow, and it's so pretty. You can't tell at all, but it's like a pinky, gold, blue, purple, million different colors shift to it. So cool. And yes, let me put some of that. I'm gonna work off the back of my hand because I know that's like defeats the purpose of it, but I don't love the flakes. I don't know. I don't always love the way that flakes look on my eyes, but I will say you can take the flakes and you can rub them out on the back of your hand a bunch, and then basically they all go away and it just turns to like this nice gorgeous shimmer. So that's what I like to do. You know, there's still some flakes in there. There's still a hint of flakes. If you guys have any tips on how to work with flakes, I don't know. It might just be a preference thing. I think I just don't like the way it looks on my eyelids. I feel like it makes them look very dry. But anyway, let me pop some of this in the center and talk some more because let's get ready with me. But yeah, so like I said, my boyfriend is sick. Both of my parents have had you know what as well. So I've had a lot of people in my life who have been sick lately, but luckily everyone except for my boyfriend, who is recovering great by the way, are fully better now, so that's been great. That is such a pretty shimmer. Oh my gosh. I like that it didn't really change the color at all, you know, because it's pretty much translucent. It looks white on my hand, but it's pretty much like translucent when you put it on the eyes. And it definitely has some purple in here too, so I feel like it's going with this nice purple color that I have. But yeah, so I've had a lot of people sick in my life. I've also traveled a lot over the last 2 months, honestly. Really since like April, I've traveled like multiple times a month, every single month, which is not normally something that I do. So that's been both fun, you know, I love getting to visit family and everything, but some of those trips were unexpected because I mentioned briefly in one of our last videos, we had an unexpected death in the family. So that was like a sad reason to have to travel, but also still nice to get to see people. I always love to get to visit with family, so it's been nice to see lots and lots of family this summer. So it's been a very busy summer to say the least. It definitely did not go the way I was expecting it to go. I don't know, do I ever have any expectations for summer? No. Do I ever really have any expectations for the way life is gonna go? Honestly, not really, because I just feel like it's never what you think. So that's kind of brought me some peace in life, is like knowing that like whatever is gonna happen can happen, and I can be as prepared as I want to be, but there's still gonna be things in life that you're not prepared for that are gonna be thrown at you, and you kind of just have to surrender, you know. That's brought me a lot of peace. You know, I think for some people that sounds like a scary thing to be like, oh, you don't know what's gonna happen, so like, oh, anything can happen and life is so scary because everything's unpredictable. But I like to flip that around and say like, oh, we don't know what's gonna happen, so why torture yourself by worrying 24/7? And I should also say I still do this. I still worry way too much, but I worry less now because I just feel like you never know what's gonna happen. You can't predict anything, so you might as well just not waste any of your precious time on this earth by worrying. And like I said, I definitely still do. I am a very anxious person. I'm trying to be better. I got a worry journal. I got this anxiety journal. It's really great. Let me show it to you. I've only used it once so far, but the day that I did use it, I really, really needed it. I also like that it doesn't say that it's an anxiety journal on the front. That was kind of like the whole thing. The girls who made this were like, you know, you might want to use this in public and maybe you don't want people to know that you're currently having a panic attack. It's called For Progress is the name of the brand. It's spelled out For Progress, and it's called the Worry Nothing Own Your Thoughts journal. And it's basically about like dealing with intrusive thoughts, dealing with like anxious thoughts. So it has you fill out the top here with like the date, the time, day of the week, where are you right now, and then it gives you a couple of different sections. So it says, so what's going on, Okay, describe how you're feeling. Now, what are you thinking? What evidence supports that thought? What evidence contradicts it? That's my favorite one because that's something that my brain never thinks about. What evidence contradicts the thing I'm worried about? And then it says, got it. Let's try writing down an alternative thought. And then it says, how do you feel now? Anything else before you go? It's great. It's phenomenal. Like I said, I've only used it once so far, but I was like really having a hard time that day and nobody was home and I had nobody to talk to about it. So it was very helpful. Yeah. So I'll link this word journal down below if you're interested. I got it on Amazon. I think it was less than $20. So I feel like it was worth it. I got to remember to use it more. But anyway, I just did so much talking and no makeup. So now I'm going to go in with the Glisten Shapeshifter palette. One of my absolute favorites. I just talked about this in my makeup favorites video, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Bewitch, which is like this gorgeous purple color, and I'm gonna use that as a brow bone highlight. Very pretty. It's a nice shimmery purple iridescent, but without being chunky. I was thinking about maybe putting the chrome flakes on my brow bone too, but I wanted to keep texture on the lid and keep it smooth on the brow bone, but still bring that purple shimmer back. But anyway, so yeah, mental health has been better. I'd say better than it was in June. June was not all of June. I don't want to say all of June, but like I said, a lot of stuff came up in June, a lot of bad news in June, unfortunately, but I feel like I'm doing better. You know, I'm learning to manage it. Like I just said, the whole concept of just like reminding yourself every once in a while that you kind of do just have to surrender to the universe, because the universe is going to do whatever it wants to do no matter what you do. And you know, there are things you can do to control life. Like, of course, you can be prepared, you can be cautious, but you can't let yourself get so absolutely sick with anxiety trying to prepare for things you can't control. And that's a lesson I'm really trying to nail into my head right now, because I feel like it's helping with my anxiety. So yeah, that's the mental health update so far. And yeah, eyes are looking good. Should I add rhinestones? Do I have enough sparkle? I kind of want to add rhinestones. Okay, yeah, we're gonna add some gemstones. I'm gonna use this little multi-pack that I got on Amazon. I will link these down below. Saying it twice, so I actually remember to do it this time. But yeah, because I got some cute little stars in there. So I always like to go in with some lash glue, just some clear lash glue to make them stick. Should I do the stars with the outline or just the stars on their own? Maybe I'll do 2 solid stars and then 1 outline star in the middle. Yes, I like that idea. Okay, where's my gem picker? But yeah, like I was saying, I've had some low lows over the last couple months, but I've also had some really high highs. I've got some exciting brand partnerships coming up. I don't know how much I can talk about them, but I will tell you one is a skincare brand that's carried at Target, which is really exciting. And another one is a makeup brand that is carried at Target and at the drugstore, and it's a big one, and I'm so excited about it. I don't want to say anything out loud because I don't want to jinx it or anything, but yeah, we got some really exciting sponsorship opportunities, which is thrilling, because as much as I just love making makeup videos and talking about makeup, and I would do it for free and did do it for free for a very long time, I do need some money to pay the bills. I think a lot of people don't realize this is currently my full-time job, and I'm making it work. I'm making, you know, enough to get by right now, so that's exciting. You know, they say if you find a job you love, then it never feels like work, and I will say it does still feel like work. I think I take a little bit of issue with that statement, because I think you can do what you love, and there's definitely always going to be parts of it that feel like work. Like for me, it's the administrative stuff. My mom is a saint. She helped me set up so many different spreadsheets to help keep track of my finances and my earnings and like affiliate codes and PR and everything, and I'm gonna keep working on them, Mom. I promise I'm gonna go fill them out because it's gonna help me with taxes next year too. So like that kind of stuff she absolutely loves. I just, like, my eyes glaze over. I kept telling her while we were sitting down, like, making the charts, she would be saying, like, a formula to me, and I was like, I'm so sorry, I am listening to you, but my brain is, like, rejecting the information, and I just, like, do not retain stuff like that well, but it's such important stuff. I wish they taught classes in high school on, like, how to use Excel, because it's so helpful. Excel, numbers, whatever you want to call it, you know, anything with, like, those charts, I just feel like is so helpful no matter what business you're in. can, especially if you're trying to like run yourself as a business. It's just like so helpful, and my mom's teaching me how to do stuff like that now, but I really wish we had a class in high school so that I could have already known how to do this stuff. But all of this to say, that stuff feels like work to me still. Doing the makeup stuff, like making makeup videos, does not feel like work at all, because I do it even when I don't make videos. I just love to do my makeup. I find it just as soothing, just as much of an anxiety relief when I'm doing it for work as when I'm not doing it for work. Every once in a while I do get into, you know, a little bit of a creative block where I feel like, oh shoot, I don't have any ideas on what to do for makeup looks, and like this is my job, so I need to be coming up with ideas. But I find that whenever that happens, I just need to like get out and go for a walk. Take a moment, you know? I know it sounds silly, but like literally just going outside, looking at the world around you, absorbing nature. Sometimes colors of flowers inspire me for makeup looks. Funky earrings inspire me for makeup looks so much. I find that that's my biggest tip. If you're a creative makeup lover and also a funky earrings lover, and you sometimes get into a creative rut, just put on a pair of funky earrings, because it will inspire you like you would not believe. The colors inspire you, the shapes inspire you. Sometimes it just puts you in a goofy, silly mood and it just gives you ideas. Another way that I get myself out of a creative rut is by sometimes I'll just open up all my makeup drawers and I'll just look at everything. I see something that I'm like, ooh, I haven't played with that in a while, or I see something I like the color of and I just pull it out. I put things together. Like today I decided that I was gonna do this little mixology makeup look because I was like, you know what, I haven't used my Half Magic eye paints in a while. Let's pull these out. I was like, ooh, I really liked mixing that green and blue together, but I haven't mixed the blue and pink together yet. So then I mixed it together on my hand as a trial. It looked amazing, and that's how I decided what I was gonna do for the eye look. And then I also saw the chrome flakes and I was like, oh, I haven't used those in a while. Shop in your stash is a great way to get inspiration, you know? I've been trying to be better about using things that are in my makeup collection. I think there's this temptation, especially for my fellow beauty creators, to always be using something new, to be doing a new makeup try on, using new makeup, always showing like the newest thing. And that's all well and good. Like I love sharing new makeup with you guys, but I also think it's important to use the makeup that you have. Like I think the beauty industry is so focused on constantly what's the next best thing, what's trending, what's going on. And I'm personally trying to be better about being like, hey, remember this thing that came out 3 months ago? It's still really great. You can still go buy it now. Just because you didn't buy it when it first came out doesn't mean that like you've missed the trend. I don't know. Oh no, my gem picker literally just broke. I was literally just sitting here and I touched it and it fell. Oh god, oh no, disaster has struck. Oh shoot, this is just made of wax. They call them wax pencils, but I guess I kind of didn't believe it. And I was sitting here fiddling with it because I have anxious fingers. So now I'm gonna have to super glue that back together. Oh well, this wasn't very expensive. They do make, it's fine, I'll put it back together later. Anyway, let's put some base makeup on. I'm gonna go in with my Youthforia pre-game primer. I love this. I just mentioned it in my favorites video, so I won't talk about it too much, but it's making my skin look really, really great too. I am like in love with my skincare routine right now. I've been trying a lot of new products over the last few months. I'd say since April, I started getting a lot of skincare and PR, which was like very exciting, very grateful, but a little strange because I don't really talk about skincare all that much on YouTube or Instagram. I do in my stories a lot. Like I'm always sharing sunscreens I love, moisturizers I love, just any skincare I love, empties in my stories. So I definitely talk about it there. But like I had some like really cool brands sending me stuff. Like Verse Skincare by Hiram sent me stuff, which I was like, what? Caudalie sent me stuff, which is freaking incredible. Their body butter is amazing. I'm in love with it. It smells like a cherry almond tart. It's so delicious. I've been using it nonstop. Like there's just so much good skincare that I'm loving right now. And I feel like my skin is looking great. I know I just mentioned a body butter, but like the skin on my face is looking great. The skin on my body's looking great too. I've been using a body scrub from Acure that is like so good. It has niacinamide in it. I feel like it's making my skin look really great right now. So I kind of want to maybe start making more skincare content on my YouTube channel. I'm not sure though, because I've said that before and I always have like my own like, you know, stipulations with it where I'm like, I'm not a skincare expert. I don't want to come off like I'm trying to give advice, but I'm also not like a professional makeup artist or makeup expert either, and I still give advice with that. So what does it really matter? I don't know. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing some skincare content for me. You know, I'm very passionate about dewy skin in my makeup routine, and I'm also very passionate about taking care of the skin under the makeup because I really think that makes a big difference. I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. It's foundation of the summer. Favorite foundation of the summer, and honestly, favorite foundation I've tried in a really long time. I did get the shade Fair, which is a tinge to neutral for me, so the way I like to counteract that is I take my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I have the corrector shade, so I like to mix that in with it to make it a better shade, and then also to make it a better shade and add more glow. Lately, I've been taking some of my Auric Glow Lust, which can you tell I'm like almost out of it. I'm devastated. I should just buy a new one, but I have the original shade Morganite, and they've changed the shade Morganite, so it's lighter now, and I'm sure it'll still work for me, but this is like my skin in a bottle. It's such a good shade. But anyway, so then I mix them all together. I really am in my mixology era, you guys, not just with the eye paints, but like every aspect of my skincare routine. I also kind of want to make a video where I show you guys like me doing mixology for every step of my routine, like mixing my foundations, mixing blushes, mixing concealers, mixing eye paints, like mixing eyeliners. Like I just feel like I mix so much in my makeup routine on the day-to-day, but I could mix more, and we could do that as a video, so that could be fun. But yeah, I haven't talked about my existential YouTube crisis yet in this video, so let's get to that. Like I said, I feel like every 2 months I get to a point where I'm like, I don't know what to do with this channel. I don't know what people want to see. Every day I'm just reminded more and more that people tend to value short form content more as a whole, not everyone. I mean, you guys have told me, like last time I mentioned that in a Get Ready With Me, you guys were like, no, we don't like TikTok, we don't like short form, like we like YouTube. So I know it's not everybody, but you know, as a creator, it can be a little discouraging when I go like post a reel on Instagram that I spent 30 seconds making and it gets like 30,000 views right away, and then I post a YouTube video that I spent a really long time making and a really long time editing, and it gets a minuscule fraction of that. So like, I can't lie to you and tell you that that's not a little discouraging. It makes me feel like, what am I doing wrong on YouTube? But I also know that it's like a long form versus short form content type of thing, so I try not to take it too personally. Okay, now I'm gonna go on with my NYX Bear With Me concealer. But yeah, so my current plan with YouTube, I think going forward, is to just start treating it a little bit more like casual. I already feel like I'm pretty casual in my YouTube videos. You're probably like, how are you gonna get more casual? But I don't know. I feel like my YouTube crew, like you guys are like my core. You guys are like my core community. You watch long videos of me. You know, a lot of people that follow me on Instagram don't also subscribe to me on YouTube. So I know they're like, you know, followers who like seeing my tutorials and whatnot, but they maybe don't want to hear me talk so much. And you guys like to hear me talk, which is amazing. I'm absolutely honored. Going in with a little bit more of that corrector, by the way, I just like to do like a little dab on each eye and then use that for brightening. But yeah, I don't know. I think I just want to start doing more videos about whatever I want. I also might want to start doing more tutorials. I don't know. It's so tough because my tutorials do really well on Instagram, and I feel like that's because people want to see shorter tutorials that are maybe only like 30 seconds and then they can go figure out how to do them themselves. And like, I love filming those so much, but when I post them to YouTube, they just seem like they don't tend to do as well. Maybe people aren't as interested, except for my graphic liner tutorials. Like those tend to do well still, even if not in the short term, but like in the long term, those tend to do well. Oh shoot, I just remembered I had my Salt New York palette out. I wanted to use that foundation today. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'll still use the highlighter. I'm gonna put it on before I put on my bronzer or anything, because that's how I like to wear this highlighter. It's so pretty. I think I have the shade Pearl. I know I have the lightest shade of their highlighter, but it's really, really pretty. It's a very natural looking glow. Alrighty, now going in with my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer, my tried and true, my favorite cream bronzer. Haven't found anything better. Have had this for a full year at this point though, so might be expired. Does have a lot of little lumps in it. Till it makes me break out, I'm gonna keep using it. I use this every day too. I can't believe I haven't hit pan on this, but I guess that just goes to show you that they really do give you a lot of product for $6 in here. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, I don't know, I feel like I want to be a little more casual with YouTube. I'm definitely gonna still do my anti-hauls. That's like the one video I don't think I'll ever stop doing because I think they're so fun, and I also love trying to combat that over-consumerism that I feel like is so prominent in the beauty industry. All right, now I'm going in with my MAC Glow Play Blush in the shade Heat Index. I got this at TJ Maxx last summer, and honestly, I would say this is a favorite that's been reintroduced, but it's really never gone away as being a favorite. I still use this all the time. It's such a nice moussey texture, and it's so bright. It's like probably the brightest blush that I own, and I love the texture of it. I love the way it looks. I love that it adds glow without adding any shimmer. Like, it truly is just a nice glowy blush, and it's so pretty. And I never saw these again at TJ Maxx, which is literally devastating. I wish that they had more of these. I would have gotten so many more. I know that MAC still sells them. Like, I could just go buy more, but for $30? No thank you. For $12.99 at TJ Maxx? Absolutely. But anyway, I keep interrupting my own thoughts here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with YouTube. I think I want to be more casual, might talk about skincare more. I might just make more get ready with me's. I don't know. I feel like I said that last time. I kind of just like sitting down and doing my makeup and talking to you about however I'm feeling, talking to you about what I'm loving lately. I bought this book of short stories about true scary stories from Ohio. It's called It Came From Ohio. It's by James Renner. It's the first non-self-help book that I have read in like 5 years, and I am freaking loving it. I'm already halfway through it. I only started it last night. It's true stories, and they're spooky stories, and I found out about this book because James Renner was in a podcast episode on the Mile Higher podcast, which I love, and yeah, I really like this book. So that's what I'm into lately. If you know of any other books about short stories, spooky stories, but not too spooky, because those stories aren't too spooky. They're more about, like, you know, aliens and cryptids and the paranormal and stuff like that, which is all stuff that I love, but nothing like too spooky. Like, I don't really like haunting stuff, because to me that's like too real. I know that, like, I fully believe aliens and cryptids and all that are real too, but for some reason when it's haunting stuff, I'm like, I don't even want to read about it. I don't even want to think about it. So, like, none of that stuff for me, thank you. But yeah, I don't know if you want to recommend any shows for me. I just watched Missing 411 too. That's with David Paulides. That's said, and they also talked about that on the Mile Higher podcast. Basically, if Josh and Kendall recommend a piece of media for me, I will watch it or read it. And yeah, I just watched that recently. That was a really well done documentary about people that go missing in national parks. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, why did I even bring any of this up? Oh, because I said I want to talk about more things that I like in Get Ready With Me's. You know, that's mental health, stuff I'm loving, mental health, spooky stuff, sparkly makeup. Those are my 3 big things. Bert, oh my goodness, this video is already so long. Editing me is gonna be so mad, but too bad, because she has to do that tomorrow and I'm just filming today. Anyways, I'm gonna go in with the Half Magic Beauty Sculptitude lip liner. I'm gonna use the shade I Have Needs. It's just like a nice nude. We're gonna do a nude lip, but then a sparkly gloss. Do you have any tips on how to get better at lip liner? Please leave them for me, because I want to get better, but I just don't really know what I'm doing. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Half Magic Mouth Cloud Soft Matte Lip Cream. I just mentioned these in my favorites video because I love this formula, and this is the shade Magic Brownie. It's essentially a match for the lip liner, maybe a little lighter. It's just a really pretty nude. Now let me zoom you in for this gloss, because I have a feeling this is going to be very mesmerizing. I wore this on its own earlier and it was absolutely beautiful. This is the Colourpop So Glassy lip gloss in the shade Set Free. I have to say I like this formula a lot better than Colourpop's older gloss formula. I don't know what that one was called. Luxe Gloss. The Luxe lip gloss. Didn't love those. I like the So Glassy a lot more, and look at this. Look at how pretty! It looks like it's just a nice bronzy gloss, but when the light hits it, there's so many different little shimmer particles in here. So Glassy really is the perfect name for these because they are so glassy. And you guys, with that, we've reached the end of the video. Should I take off the headband? I know the headband's just supposed to be like for the preparation step for my look, but I kind of like the headband on. My mom thinks it's so funny that I wear this out and about sometimes because she thinks it looks like a mermaid headband, and I agree. It does look like a little mermaid headband, but I also think it's cute. You know, does it look like it's meant to be worn out? I don't know. I don't really care. Give me your headband recommendations. I want to get more headbands because, yeah, I think my hair looks really cute in headbands, but yeah, I hope you liked this all over the place. Absolutely chaotic Get Ready With Me. Chaotic as always. They're all chaotic. That's just kind of the nature of Get Ready With Me's. I hope you had fun listening to me ramble. I would love to hear your thoughts on anything I talked about. Mental health, you want to talk about YouTube, you want to talk about eye makeup, whatever you're feeling. I'd love hearing from you guys so much. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. And I'll see you with another video real soon. Maybe my next video will be skincare. I don't know. Stay tuned to find out. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Check out the description box for all of the products I used on my face today. Also, my description box, I will have a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources, resources to support the Asian American community, resources to support the LGBTQ plus community, and resources to support Ukraine. So please click on those links if you haven't yet. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!